She toured with USO.
Yes.
From MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. She's toured with Louis Black. I want everybody in the house to get on your feet or, you know, clap your hands and scream as loud as you can for Wendy Salazar.
Hey, Wendy!
Thank you guys for coming out tonight. This is so cool. It's great doing comedy again. I had retired about 12 years ago. I was walking into the parking lot and this guy stopped me. He goes, hey, I've seen you a bunch of times. And I said, oh really, you like my stand-up? And he goes, no, I work at Kelly Liquors. People wonder, they ask me a lot how I got started in stand-up, and you guys remember when Laughs Comedy Club was over on Montebo? Yeah, remember Laughs? Well, I had a friend that was a bartender there, and I was there during the day, one day, helping her do inventory, and we're down there on our knees counting bottles, and I hear this voice behind me. It was like, yeah, could I get like a Coke or something? It was Roseanne Barr. Before she got really famous, but she was out on the road, and she was telling us about, oh God, driving hundreds of miles a day, lousy road food, nasty hotels, obnoxious agents, just crummy club owners. And I said, yeah, I can do this. I've been doing some soul searching lately. It's just that I had my 50th birthday. Yeah, it was like 10 years ago. God, 60. It's so weird. I'm getting hit on by Shriners. Screw Harleys and Ferraris. I want to be swept away in a clown car. God. It seems like only yesterday I was a hard-working groupie. Yeah, I think my husband thought I meant camping when I said I used to sleep under the stars. I dated, long time ago, but I dated a TV star. He played James West, Wild Wild West.
Hey!
Yeah, then he played Pappy Boynton, World War II Flying Ace, Baba Black Sheep. Well, I guess they must be showing reruns now because my friend Debbie from Dallas called me up and she said, hey, Wendy, you know how you can tell when you're getting really old? And I go, no, Deb, how? She goes, when your ex-boyfriend's on the History Channel. Thanks, Deb. That's great. So anyway, 60, God, it's so weird. It just happens so quickly. But young guys kind of dig me sometimes. It could happen. I could be very perky on the right medication. How old are you? Huh? Look at the license. Have you had all your shots? Oh, God, yeah, jeez. Yeah, I was divorced, so I was single there for a while. And I went to this party, I met this really young guy. I know it's stupid, but we're back at his place rolling around, and I got this horrible stabbing pain in my chest. I thought, oh, great, this is what I get. This is what I deserve. But thankfully, I wasn't having a heart attack. I was just laying on a Lego. He was pretty young. Instead of multiple orgasms, he called them do-overs. I had to break up with him, though. I got sick of getting belted in the arm every time he saw a Volkswagen Beetle. 60. Wow, it's just weird. I don't know what I was thinking. thinking, like, maybe 20 years ago, what would I be doing when I was 60? I guess I figured I'd probably be, like, on a Greyhound bus to Branson to see Tony, Orlando, and Dawn or something. You know? I figured I'd just be this dignified lady drinking tea and making pickles or something. Nope. I still want to stay up all night and drink like a Kennedy. Never get over it. So I saw this really cool Christmas wreath online. I think it was on Pinterest, and it was all made out of wine corks, like 450 of them. And I thought, I'm gonna make that. God, I'm gonna have to save corks for like 6 weeks. So, for my 60th birthday, my sweet husband took me to Colorado. Yeah, we had to check out the dispensaries. Had to go. Had to go. I was impressed. I had no idea. It was very organized, you know, very scientific. You walk in and there are all these like 20, 30-something-year-olds, and you know, they're wearing their lab coats, and it's all just very, very well organized. And then they take you in the back where they keep all this stuff, and it's all people like my age. They're all wearing like 1960s rock and roll t-shirts, Not the Hoople, Uriah Heep, and Funk River. They've all got their gray ponytails. So anyway, so they have such a variety of things now, you know? I mean, they've got cookies, they've got candy bars, and they even have an energy drink. Now, pot and energy, that's kind of an oxymoron, right? But I tasted it, oh my God, it tastes like something you'd make in prison. Bruno, anybody know Bruno? Come on, this is Albuquerque. Shit. I didn't know what to get, so I asked the young guy behind the counter, I said, you know, what do you like? Oh, he said, oh, I don't partake, my body is a temple. I said, yeah, mine too. My body's a temple, all right? After an earthquake, now it's full of strung out monkeys. So I got a variety. I got gummy bears, I got cookies, I got candy bars, and I like them a lot. My husband calls me his little weed eater. So my sister's just judgmental. She said, Wendy Jo, you're 60. You have a grandchild. You need to start acting more mature. And I said, you're not the boss of me, poopy head. I do have a granddaughter. She's skinny. Yeah. Well, I went to visit recently, and you know, I thought it'd be fun to sit down with my son now that he's a dad and share some stories from his childhood. So, yeah, he was a colicky baby. He just cried all the time. I felt so bad, but one night it just got so bad, I had to call the pediatrician at home. I said, Doc, you gotta help me. I'm going crazy here. Tell me what to do. He said, get in the car and drive. It's very soothing, which really works, but I started feeling bad about leaving that baby home alone. Oh, God, and then his school years. Oh, my God. He's one of those kids that just springs things on you at the last minute, no time to prepare. Like his first grade field trip, he hands me the note that morning, right? Said, your son will need $20 in a sack lunch. I'm like, $20 for a field trip? When I was a kid, a field trip, you pile on a bus, you ride out to somebody's farm to touch a goat or something, right? Like, what are they doing? Taking them to the track? And a sack lunch? Oh, please, like I just have sandwiches laying around. I hadn't gotten groceries since Thanksgiving, so we're pretty much down to salt and food coloring. So my kid was the only one to show up at the zoo with a piece of old fruitcake and a wine cooler. Made me look like a bad parent. Oh, God. And then I remember his first girlfriend. Oh, my goodness. She was so mature acting, just so grown up. I mean, she's talking commitment. He still ate toothpaste and put his pants on backwards. She said, "Ooh, doesn't he have a sexy smile?" I said, "Oh, it's just gas." And she got all mad. She was all hacked up at him because he showed up late for Chuck E. Cheese. It's like, what did she think he was hanging out at Putt-Putt with another woman? Oh, God. So we just moved back to this area last year. It's so great to be back. Yeah, I love New Mexico. But I just noticed that some things never change. By applause. How many of you are sick to death and tired of seeing Ron Bell's big face all over this town? Ron Bell, I sue drunk drivers. I've always wanted to get up there with some paint and change it to Ron Bell, I drink screwdrivers. Is it just me, or is there a shitload of attorneys in this town? Everybody's suing everybody. Wouldn't you just like people to get responsible for their own actions, huh? Yeah, wouldn't that be nice for a change? I think it started with the whole McDonald's coffee thing. That was here in Albuquerque.
Yeah?
Yeah. How many of you don't think it's a real good idea to go to a drive-up window, get a flimsy cup full of boiling hot coffee, stick it between your legs and squeeze? God, she made a whole bunch of money. God, when I think of the millions of dollars I've let slip through my crotch. There were plenty of times I would have liked to blame somebody else for my problems. Yeah, there were times, like back in the 90s, I could have called up that bar in Tampa and said, "Hey, if it wasn't for you guys and your Jack Daniels, I wouldn't have a mouthy teenager right now." You owe me. Yeah. So anyway, we moved back to New Mexico. I kind of wanted to move to Los Alamos just because I thought it'd be fun to look down on Santa Fe. Santa Fe, oh my God, that's never changed either. It's just so trendy, so pretentious. We were there not long ago and in a gallery, and there was this woman, and you know by looking at her that a year ago she was munching bagels in the Bronx, probably, right? But now she's all like squash blossom, Pocahontas, sweat lodge, you know the type, right? So I'm talking to her and I said, "Oh, we bought a house in Placitas." And she said, "Ow. Well, we looked in Placitas, but we just found it to be lacking in culture and spirituality." I wanted to say, this beautiful state, this land of enchantment, you just have to embrace the beauty and spirit and culture no matter where you are, but it just came out, you suck. It's true. I love Placitas. I love New Mexico, but it's not for everybody, you gotta admit that. My cousin Don from South Carolina came to visit, and he and his son, they have a cattle ranch there. They've never left the Carolinas, ever. So I picked him up at the airport, and they were both just silent, looking around. They had just never seen the lights of Albuquerque. And then finally, cousin Don turned around and he said to his son, he goes, "Dusty, if you're going to live in New Mexico, you got to like rocks." I love the accent. Dusty's like 9 years old. We took him to the park. Little tattletale. He comes running over there and he goes, Papa, that boy over there just said a 4-letter F word." I said, "What'd you say, son?" Dusty said, "He said shit." So I married an Albuquerque guy. Yeah, he's the best. He grew up in a mortuary. Serious. He worked there all through high school and college. I mean, he has some pretty awesome skills. He does my hair. But only the front. front. And I have to be laying down.